Quick headline to start. The FAA temporarily shut airspace near Fort Hancock, Texas, after reports the U.S. military used a laser counter-drone system and downed a Customs and Border Protection drone. Agencies say it happened in military airspace and there were no commercial flights nearby.
Yeah, it's a messy mix of new tech and old coordination problems. Lawmakers are furious, calling it a friendly fire-like incident. And the FAA expanded flight restrictions while the Pentagon, CBP, and FAA promised better communication.
So how does a laser system even mistake a government drone for a threat? That sounds like something out of a sci-fi blooper reel.
Short answer, identification and rules of engagement. Counter-UAS systems detect, track, and engage perceived threats, but identification relies on sensors and databases. If coordination or shared transponder info is missing, a defensive system can misclassify a cooperative drone as hostile. Rapidly fielded high-energy systems add speed, but also risk.
What's the practical fallout for airspace and border operations?
Expect stricter airspace NOTAMs, more formalized deconfliction protocols between DoD, DHS, and FAA, and pressure for training and certification bills. The bigger risk, public trust and operational pauses while they sort out procedures.
Big pivot. OpenAI announced a gargantuan funding round. Reports say about $110 billion, led by Amazon, Nvidia, and SoftBank, valuing the company near $730 billion. Also, Thrive Capital reportedly invested roughly $1 billion last December at a much lower valuation.
Right. This is a capitalization play and a strategic alignment. Amazon's commitment, up to $50 billion, includes integrating stateful runtimes into AWS. Nvidia brings hardware and optimizations, and SoftBank bankrolls scale. The Thrive deal was a separate insider round at a different valuation point.
Stateful runtimes sound buzzword heavy. Why does that matter to enterprises and cloud providers?
It's meaningful. Stateless APIs are one-shot calls. Stateful environments maintain context across sessions, which is essential for agentic workflows, long-running business processes, and secure enterprise agents. For AWS, it's a chance to win the production market.
Any red flags? This looks like a money-filled arms race.
Competition with Google and Microsoft intensifies, potential partner overlap raises contractual friction, and regulators will scrutinize concentration of compute and access. Also, OpenAI's trimmed infrastructure spending forecast suggests they're optimizing cost while chasing growth.
From Earthbound money to lunar timelines, NASA announced a major rework of Artemis. Artemis IV won't carry a crew to the surface. Instead, there's an extra test flight in 2027, and the first crewed landing shifts to 2028.
It's an embrace of incrementalism. After safety warnings from the Aerospace Safety Advisory Panel and technical hiccups like hydrogen leaks and pressurization issues, NASA opted to standardize and validate commercial landers and a new spacesuit before sending humans down.
So is this a setback or sensible risk management?
Both. It's a schedule hit politically, but technically it lowers program risk and could speed sustainable operations long term. More flights, earlier validation, and repeatable architectures mirror Apollo's cadence. Plus, vetting commercial partners reduces single-point failure risk.
Any implications for commercial lunar efforts?
Commercial vendors get more orbital test opportunities, which could boost maturity. But contractors will face schedule and funding pressure to meet the new milestones.
Next up, a standoff over Anthropic's Claude model escalated into a presidential order. Federal agencies must stop using Anthropic tech and phase it out over 6 months. The dispute began when the Pentagon demanded use for all lawful purposes language. Anthropic refused to lift safeguards on surveillance and autonomous weapons.
This is a watershed moment. Anthropic prioritized safety constraints, the Pentagon framed it as operational necessity, and the White House directive forces agencies to untangle current dependencies. Some congressional members urged a diplomatic fix, while some tech employees and firms rallied behind Anthropic's red lines.
Practically, how disruptive is this to federal AI workflows?
Potentially severe. Claude was integrated into several agency pilots and classified workflows. Migrating off requires rewiring systems, recertifying vendors, and could leave capability gaps. It also sets precedent on vendor risk designation and who defines ethical guardrails.
So it's both a policy and a product problem.
Exactly. Technical migration plus political theater. Companies watching will recalibrate how they negotiate red lines with the government.
Final story. The White House posted a TikTok with AI-generated dubbed audio that made it sound like Olympian Brady Tkachuk insulted Canadians. He called the clip clearly fake and distanced himself from the content.
This is an instructive micro case on deepfakes. The post did include a disclaimer that it was AI-generated, but the reputational and diplomatic risks were immediate. When official accounts share manipulated media, verification and gatekeeping questions explode.
From a tech ops perspective, what should institutions change?
Stronger review pipelines, mandatory provenance labels beyond a generic disclaimer, and a human-in-the-loop sign-off for public-facing AI-crafted media. Platforms and governments need consistent standards so an athlete's reputation isn't collateral damage in a viral gimmick. Short, sharp takeaways?
New tech brings new failure modes, whether lasers, enormous funding races, moon rockets, vendor ethics, or deepfakes. We need better coordination, clear contracts, and sober governance. Also, never let a laser and a drone have a secret conversation. They're bad at introductions.
The preceding audio summary was created at jesterengine.com, where you can find and verify the original sources.